It's been an exciting conference. We're here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, in Midtown. Inside is where all the action is and deals are getting done. We have a piece of legislation that is imminently before us, becomes law June 19th, 2015. It's called Reggae Plus.
It looked to increase the amount that a legal issuer could offer in a trailing 12-month period to $50 million. It maintained, because the exemption relates to the securities, the transferability of those securities in the secondary marketplace. It also maintained the fact that you are not tied to offering this strictly to accredited investors. You could offer Regulation A securities to anyone.
We had a great keynote speaker, Neil Wyckoff. He was a former chair and CEO of the American Stock Exchange. He was the president of the New York Mercantile Exchange. He's currently the non-executive chairman, OTC Markets Group, and he had some real positive comments about Reggae Plus.
Yes, it is clearly positive. I think Congress is very interested in being positive, in doing more to help smaller cap companies, entrepreneurs get started, get easier access to capital markets, and I think that that's happening. I mean, maybe more slowly than some people would like, but it's happening, and it's moving actually at a fairly good pace.
Kevin Harrington, the creator of the infomercial, the original shark on Shark Tank, together with Greg Ryder from Angel Investor Network, bringing something that's brand new that's coming out in June called Star Shop. You are going to be blown away with what they had to say.
We signed a deal with Sprint, and this took literally 6 months, documents this thick, through teams of lawyers to allow us to put on every phone a preloaded app. Every Android phone that Sprint sells, starting in June, will have the Star Shop app on it. Now, why stars? Why Star Shop? As you can see, he loves celebrities. So do we, because celebrities have a social media following.
CEO and Executive Director of ADISA, John Harrison, says some congressmen might be planning to take away the 1031 exemption, and he wants your help to stop it.
There's talk on Capitol Hill, because of tax reform, that it is possible that we could do away with the 1031 exchange. Our studies indicate that the annual GDP will take a hit to the tune of $13 to $8 billion. 1031taxreform.com, which explains in basics all of the math involved in a 1031. Our website, adisa.org, has a direct link as to how to contact your member of Congress. It is important for all of us, for the economy at large, and particularly to preserve the tax deferment. The tax is paid, but it's only paid after folks cash out. In between, they provide an engine for the economy.
Our friend Gary Herrick stopped by and told us that Canaforma RX is bringing professionalism to his industry with doctors, pharmacists, safety, and control, and shared a story I think you'll want to hear.
The little girl and I were playing, and I was running down the hallway with her, and her mom dropped on her knees and started crying and said she had never seen her daughter run before. And these are things that you think are simple for a 2- and 3-year-old little kid, but she had never seen her run before because she wasn't ever even in the mood to play. And this is a child that still is being administered chemotherapy drugs with the yellow gloves and the whole deal while she is on this cannabinoid oil. The long-term effects are, we don't know why it works, but we know it works. So the idea of Canaformix is, let's make this a real pharmaceutical.
An exciting deep dive with Endurance Exploration COO Carl Dilley. We go down and look for shipwreck and buried treasure.
This particular ship is a 300-plus foot iron side wheel steamer that sank in the late 1800s, and it was en route from England to Boston, called in Newfoundland with a cargo of coins from a bank in Newfoundland, set sail for Boston and caught fire and sank on the Grand Banks. This was an ideal target for us because it's in international waters. There were no other known claims on the cargo of that ship. The bank that actually owned the thing has been defunct for nearly a century.
I've enjoyed sharing the highlights of the conference with you. Let's see what some of the attendees had to say about their experience here.
Since the last conference, we were able to raise $5.5 million for Canaforma RX. We're working on some of the other ones, Hinto Energy in particular, that I'm working on right now today. It's very exciting to be a part of all this.
A couple deals people are interested in becoming involved with us. So we've sent out the subscription agreement and information. It's a matter of getting the checks in, but it was very, very well worth it to come out.
No matter what business you're in, everyone has a business idea that you can share and you can utilize. And at this conference here in particular, we were able to get a lot of information, a lot of help and guidance from not just sponsors, but those who are presenters here.
I would say that the people involved in FSXinterlinked are quite fun to be with. They are also very professional at what they do, and I enjoy working with them.
Sorry if you didn't make this conference, but we'll see you at the next one at the Ritz-Carlton, Dallas, Texas, August 2nd through 4th.